always just want women to understand that, like, we don't owe anybody anything for, like, kindness or, like, chivalry. Like, we don't owe anybody anything for chivalry. Like, that's what you should.
And I don't think I felt like I owed him.
You don't owe nobody nothing for chivalry?
Absolutely not.
No.
Chivalry is just
chivalry.
It's just kindness. It's just kindness.
Chivalry is like opening
the door. But also, like, as I was just gonna
if
say,
I
as a
open
bitch,
the door for you, you owe me a thank you. Hey, welcome to Dawg Bites. Today we got Tati and Bree from the Way with Words podcast joining. We're gonna do some linguine seafood pasta. Let's get it.
Hi.
I'm into it.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey.
First of
what's
all,
up?
thank you for having us.
Oh yeah, no problem. No problem.
Thanks for
Thank
the
you
wine.
for joining. Thanks for joining. No problem.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yep.
Yum.
But yeah, I appreciate y'all for joining today. You know, I've been watching y'all podcast for a while now, and I just like the content that y'all put out.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, the context of the conversations y'all have. So real intriguing stuff. I wanted to bring some of that to the channel. So thank y'all for joining. Appreciate it.
Happy to. We are kind of like
Crazy girls.
No. I was gonna say we're kind of like what would this make us like in a family dynamic? Like if Michael is like our like leader.
Dad?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're kind of like
our
we're like
dad.
half siblings.
And he was like, I want you to come to your uncle's house.
Wait, so in the scenario, Damo's our uncle?
I'm about to say, like, what?
I thought like maybe we're siblings, like we're half siblings, you know, because he's the dad to this podcast, he's the dad to that podcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not
You didn't like that?
Everybody's like, okay.
Oh, I thought he was like,
I'm with
oh,
that.
no.
Like,
I thought
I'm
he was
with
like,
that.
oh, no, I would not have multiple families.
I ain't gonna deny it. Mike has been the biggest help I've had thus far putting this together, for sure. So
Let's give it up for Mike.
man, shout out. Come on,
just
shout out.
Give him those teeth. Your teeth look great today.
Come on, man. I see you
It's still
shining.
pearly white. I'm sure he told you I've been on my sobriety kick for almost a
These
year
are my
now.
best friends.
Okay, come
These
on
are my
now.
best
Come
friends.
on
And
now.
they stopped drinking on
So you just been dolo by your damn self.
I don't know. And I'm
Holding
not.
it
And
down.
the crazy thing is that I'm not a big drinker.
No, she's not.
They are the ones that are
huge
always
drinkers.
like, oh, shots. Oh,
Yeah.
we're getting bottles.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing this. So by them not drinking,
Hence the reason we needed a break.
Got you.
I really haven't been drinking like that
Yeah.
because I typically drink with them.
Got you.
So by them not doing it, I don't be doing it, and then I be getting home like, wait, you haven't drunk in weeks. Like,
Try
So do you,
280 something days. It's been a long time. I get shocked by that every time I see the number.
Do you have like a counter or something that you like?
Yeah,
follow?
I'm using like an app.
Oh,
There's like
okay.
an I Am Sober app. It gives you like little encouragement every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like folks are playing around, but like I was like a real deal alcoholic, so I had to take it. I had to take it
Yeah,
serious.
take a step back.
Yeah,
I
for
feel
sure.
it.
And I wasn't sure if I was gonna drink ever again. Honestly, when I stopped, it was kind of like maybe I'll never drink. But now, baby,
Yeah, it's busting.
it's Hendrix gin literally on day 366. Like I need, I need a.
that's
dirty
the
martini.
first one you want.
I need a dirty martini.
And when is 366? When is
July 18th.
July 18th? Okay,
Yes.
you almost there.
Oh
You
yes,
almost
the
there.
countdown is real.
Gin is like, I would say that's my least favorite alcohol, but it's not.
It's not.
Any type of vodka would be my least favorite.
Yeah,
but then
100%.
gin is following up.
My least favorite is gin.
But do you?
Honestly.
Do you? How have you had gin?
You made me a drink before.
The bee's knees.
Yeah, with like the
And you
lemon.
didn't like it?
It was not.
It was delicious.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible. And I can have, it just depends. Here's the thing, I don't typically mix.
Clear it up.
Because I don't mix my drinks.
Okay.
So I'm typically drinking everything
Dark.
straight. I'm not drinking. Well, like even like tequilas, whatever. Like I'm typically drinking it straight.
Mhm.
So like
As we do.
vodka, I cannot drink that. But
Correct.
gin, in order for me to drink it, I would have to have a drink.
Yeah.
Like a made drink.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say like I don't like it and I don't drink it because I can't drink it straight.
Yeah, facts.
But I don't typically get drinks. So it's like, that's also I'm like I don't drink gin.
Right. So I also, that's how we all drink amongst us. We drink straight liquor, but I like gin for cocktails. Like I love a dirty martini. I love a bee's knees, which is
Definitely
just
don't like
I make like a honey simple. I'm talking about I
Man,
made it up.
right? Honey simple syrup.
honey
It sounds
simple-
like you made it up.
I know, but like I got it offline somewhere. But
Okay.
I make a honey simple syrup and like fresh lemon. It's delicious. It's so fucking good.
I mean, yeah.
We can curse, right, Damo?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
great news.
Yep.
Not great news.
So do you usually tell your audience like what your recipe is? Are you also teaching the folks?
Yeah, so we started off
Make a
doing
wish.
more like the teaching and me kind of going through the steps. You got
I'm
it.
sorry.
You got it. No, you found it. You got it.
Did you get
Did
it?
you get
Yeah,
it?
it's in my
Make sure
nails.
you get it.
Okay. Are you gonna make a wish on it?
Yeah, exactly.
Not
Go
this
ahead.
way, where the food is.
That way.
That way.
Yeah. Now look.
Oh, I'm still there. I'm over it.
Yeah, we started out with like me trying to like do more like the teaching, but I feel like that could be kind of like consolidated a little bit, where we can get more dialogue and stuff going on the channel, and then that's what I'm trying to bring to us. I'm trying to bring more guests, different topics. I'm gonna have like entertainers on here. We're gonna talk about entertainment industry. I'm gonna have podcasters on here. We're gonna talk about podcasting in general, but also different topics that come up on podcasts.
For sure.
I'm gonna have other chefs come on here where I'm gonna sit my ass down.
Yes.
And they gonna be up here cooking.
I love that.
So yeah, just diversity to the channel is one of the goals
Okay.
for sure. So
Can I come cook?
He said
so
chefs.
I did say chefs, but
I didn't say that implying I was a
But
chef. I said, can I
I
come
will
cook?
throw it out there that if it was like a collaborative type of episode
So
where
I can't cook by myself.
no. You can show me and we can go through it.
Oh, see, that's a little tricky because what I'm thinking about, I don't know if I can just want to hand
See,
over my
I don't
recipe.
want to set a standard of everybody wanting to just come and cook.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
tell them just brief stories.
You
can
feel
do it.
me? See, that's what I'm saying. I get it. I understand. But I can't just have everybody coming up here, oh man, I make the best sloppy Joe. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, sir. You know what I mean? Like,
That felt shady.
I was like, was that a shot?
It
I was
wasn't.
like, that
I'm just
definitely
talking about,
was a shot. He said, I just can't
the
let niggas come up here
extremes.
cooking sloppy Joe.
the extremes of what could happen. That's what I'm trying to.
Okay.
avoid. Now,
Okay.
Cool.
if you hit me with a recipe, you like made it and you sent it to me, you was like, look, I could do this.
Okay.
What
Try
if it was
that.
like a Philly cheesesteak sloppy Joe? Because I've had a Philly cheesesteak sloppy Joe before, and that was top tier.
It changed
I was
my life.
into it.
Yeah.
Who made it?
I mean, I did.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I looked up a recipe
Yeah.
and like I made it, and I was like, this was a great
Great idea.
Great
That's
sloppy
not- that's
Joe.
not
Yeah, as far as
something
a
I wanna
sloppy
do.
Joe is concerned.
I love sloppy
think
Joe.
I was
can
definitely-
say
I don't like how we're just talking
The
about
upper
sloppy Joe like
echelon.
it's
I was about to say.
No, I'm
I
just
think
saying
I
there's a
can
way to
say
do anything
with
and
the
make
most
it
honesty
fun.
and with certainty
Uh-huh.
that I'll never have sloppy Joe on this channel.
Okay.
Probably
Even a
ne-
Philly cheesesteak sloppy
even
Joe.
a Philly cheesesteak sloppy.
He doesn't
Joe.
respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He won't even give like
Philly
he won't
chili
even
Billy,
give it a
whatever
proper
the fuck
name.
Whatever it is, nah. Like when you throw sloppy Joe in the mix, come on, like no.
Wow. Tough
Could-
crowd.
I'm just saying, if we gonna keep it to the, to the.
So what was
science
your like favorite things eating like growing up, like when you were a kid? Were you a sloppy Joe kid, or were you like,
No.
no, that shit
Honestly
weak?
not.
Right.
No, I wasn't a sloppy Joe kid. No, not at all, at all. But I did
Can't
like
you
quick
picture
stuff.
that? Don't you know what that looks like?
What?
He's
Like-
sloppy looking.
Like sloppy Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wasn't no.
I feel like it's a character.
But I
on
did
Recess.
like
Yeah,
sloppy
facts.
Joes though.
Facts.
I loved the good
That was, you came up with
a character from what?
Recess.
Recess.
Oh. But I loved a good sandwich. That jar.
Yes, what a classic.
I can't do it.
Okay,
So
so,
what
what
were
was
you
your
eating?
favorite
Right,
thing
so what
to
were you
eat
eating?
as a kid?
My pops like grilling, so I like grilling. My grandparents
This
love
is
grilling, so I like grilling.
You're not focused.
I was like,
right
this is
now.
fancy.
We said,
I get it.
So what
but,
were
like,
you
most
eating?
things
Okay, so
grilled,
did
like,
you grow
Okay.
up?
grilled
No, wait,
chickens,
no.
A lot of salads.
Salads.
Yeah, like grilled chicken
Wow.
salads and stuff.
What'd you eat growing up,
I
Bree?
was gonna say you're not fun.
What'd you
My
eat?
favorite thing to eat when I was growing up, like I came home and I was like, yes. Like when I saw my mama making it, she used to make. I don't think everybody calls it this, but like hamburger steaks and rice. You know what I'm saying? Like when
Hamburger?
like they
Hamburger
would, like they
helper?
no. Like they would
That's so nasty.
they would take like a hamburger patty
Okay.
and like cook it with like onions and like make a gravy.
Oh.
Like
And-
chicken fried steak?
Kinda, but it was
But
just
it was
it's
ground
literally
beef
just
stuff.
a burger patty.
Yeah, that's
and like
yeah.
onion and peppers,
That's kind of like a chopped.
but it wasn't chopped at all.
But when usually on menus when I see something like that, it'd be ground beef though.
Yeah, but it was
So-
like in a patty,
Uh-huh.
and like gravy and rice. Like honestly, if I'm being 100%, even now, like some of my favorite things that I make at home, I love gravy and rice. Gravy and rice is gonna do it for me every time.
Every time. You do
Like
that.
especially like a beef gravy, like or like a mushroom gravy and rice. Every time it's gonna hit for me. So,
What?
Still.
Like the weirdest thing you guys made.
Wait, you have to answer that question too.
like what did I like to eat?
Yeah.
I love spaghetti.
Ooh, yeah.
Growing up,
For sure.
and like growing
I
up,
hate
I
it.
did like weird things with our spaghetti too. Like me and my brother was,
Making sandwiches.
yeah, like we
What?
were making spaghetti sandwiches, walking through the house, like just
Walking through the house. What
random
was your parents?
things.
What was your mama?
They wasn't there.
I know you wasn't there. What are you talking about? Still got
yeah, I
them
love
noodles and
spaghetti.
sauce all over the damn carpet.
I love. This was when I was still eating pork. I love the fried pork chop.
Ooh, yes.
Everything could be a sandwich in those days.
That's true.
Everything
That's
the
not
next day
true.
turned into a. Anything my parents
I
cooked
wasn't that
one
type
day,
of
the
kid.
next day
You could throw
we
some
would
bread
put it
in.
on bread. Like we were making pork chop sandwiches, spaghetti sandwiches, you name it. But
love
I was
that.
gonna ask, what were you eating when you were making the food yourself?
Okay.
Like we
I
grew
got a
up, me
story
and my
about
brother
that.
grew up in the house like by ourselves a lot.
Yeah.
You know, so it was like, what were you eating? I want
eating-
your answer
Yeah.
first, because
Yeah.
I feel like he gonna still say salad.
He
No.
gonna be like salads,
Of course.
Yeah, he's like I used to chop little
Yeah.
green onions.
I tried and failed at a lot of stuff during that time, like high school and shit. Because I was like that too. My people was gone. Like me and my sister cooked a lot. My sister can cook just as well as me, honestly.
I love that.
Okay.
Cause she can bake more stuff than me. I don't like to
Okay.
bake stuff,
Ooh, that's
especially
what
like
I
I
wanna
don't
try,
do desserts and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a science.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
exactly. So I don't really fuck with it, but my sister for sure does. So we used to make
Okay.
like chicken parm,
I knew.
Excuse
I
me.
knew.
like different like steaks and what else we made? Spaghetti for sure, pork chops. We basically mastered all our parents' favorite dishes first.
Got it.
Yeah,
Real
so like
dinners.
shrimp and rice and like
Shrimp and rice.
yeah.
For real dinners. Let's just skip this
Okay.
question because
So yeah.
Right.
Oh,
And we'll be
no.
going out buying it ourselves. Like that's
Oh,
what
wow.
we wanted. That's what we wanted to make.
Advanced.
Like yeah.
So no. So none of the
None
kiddie
of that?
shit.
None of that.
My brother used to make. Me and my brother could not cook. I didn't learn how to cook until I was like, I want to say maybe like 23, maybe
Really?
when I like finally
This
moved out on
post
my own.
college type.
Yeah, like when I finally like moved out and lived by myself, that's when it hit me. Like, oh, you
Damn, you gotta make some. You
gotta eat. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but then it was very fun for me to learn, and I honestly think I thrive at it. But when I was a kid, my brother used to make really good French toast. I used to like love it
Okay.
when he got up on Saturday mornings and made us French toast.
For sure.
But I didn't cook a thing. But I had a next door neighbor. Shout out to y'all. Who they had a family of like they had 4 kids, and they used to every Friday do what they call do what you know night.
Okay.
And so the kids would just kind of like make something on their own, and they taught me. This is disgusting. I'm gonna give y'all this.
Okay.
They taught me about a dish that they used to make, and I think they called it guam. I don't know why they called it this.
Guam.
Guam.
Oh, Guam. Okay.
So it was a can of tuna, and they would like
sorry to gross.
put it in a pan and like saute it essentially, and they would put like lemon pepper and steak sauce on it, and like A1 steak
Like
sauce.
A1. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And I tried it, and I remember eating
Wait,
it.
that's it?
That's it.
And they would just eat it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried, when they told me about it, I made it for me and my sister, and my sister loved it. Like, my sister would come over on weekends and be like, can you make the guam? Like, every time. And I tried it, and I'm like, no, I can see how y'all would fuck with this. But I didn't, like, keep eating it. But that was the only time I ate something that was, like...
This is just like spoonful in it. Like
That's what I'm
spoonful.
saying. Like, that was, they just put it on a plate and they just
Literally.
ate it with a fork after
Yeah.
that, or a spoon.
That's it. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, that's some
Yeah.
family recipe type.
I don't
I
know.
ain't heard of that one.
I don't think it was a family recipe. It was
I ain't
literally
heard
the
that
kids
one.
just doing wild
just
shit.
doing shit.
Yeah, because their parents was like, okay, on Fridays y'all figure it out.
Like me and my sister made a terrible pizza once. Like just because we wanted to try to make a pizza, we was like,
You made it from scratch?
Yeah, like
Wow.
made
You
it.
guys were
the
innovative.
dough,
Yeah,
all
I
that
didn't
shit.
even think about stuff like that.
We was like, fuck it, like let's like this is before you could like YouTube most of this stuff.
Right,
Mhm.
hell yeah.
So like we was just trying shit. It was terrible. It was a terrible pizza. We was probably like I was probably like 9, 10 when we did that.
I probably would have ate it and loved it.
And this one wasn't just ourselves. So like I think my mama or my pop, probably my pops, since
Yeah.
he's a cook in my family.
Oh,
but,
nice.
I think my pops was like helping us or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I remember him like eating it in disgust, but trying to hide the disgust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even though we knew it was nasty, like nigga, you can't think this shit is good. But yeah, so we've been just trying shit. Like my pops was a chef at the firehouse.
Oh, awesome. I love
So
that.
that's why we usually had like a different context when it came to like cooking as kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because we go to the firehouse and he cooking like for the whole firehouse.
Yeah.
He making hella shit, like I said, on the grill. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like for a lot of people. So that's always been kind of the origin
Yeah.
from like me and my sister and where
I
we
love
learned.
that. That's really cool. I think that one thing I love about cooking is that it's such a creative outlet, and I always think that it's cool when kids grow up in houses where they can explore that. Because I mean, I probably could have, but I was so. I was the person that I am now when I was little. I was like, I'm not gonna cook and clean. Like, I'm not gonna have to learn that. Like, I literally,
Really?
I rebelled against that. Mom was like, come here, like, come learn this. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna be a businesswoman.
Really?
And I just thought that meant that I didn't have to know how to cook.
I was very into wanting to know how to cook because I always like to eat.
Yeah.
And that was the correlation to me.
Right,
It was
right.
really just me and how much I like to eat. And so
Yeah.
it would just be like, I want to cook stuff. But I learned how to cook through like making breakfast. Like that was how I started cooking.
Yeah.
Like, so if it was me and my brother in the house, we were eating breakfast all the time.
Oh, that makes me
because
want
I would, you know, it could be like 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock. I'm like, I'm making pancakes.
Yeah.
I'm making
breakfast
eggs.
for
I'm making
dinner?
sausage. Yeah, like I'm.
The concept
I
of
did that
breakfast
all
for
the
dinner
time.
makes me nauseous. I hate.
I
hate it.
I did that
Oh,
all the
I can't.
time.
It makes me feel so gross.
And then we also put together a lot of, especially like when I was younger, like if I'm thinking of like ages 5 through 10 and us being in the house. And so my brother's 4 years older than me.
Right.
So if I'm looking at those years, we were eating some of anything.
Yeah.
I'm talking, if it was cheese and hot dog buns, we was about to melt some cheese on the hot dog buns and then find a can of like marinara sauce something and then dip it in there and be like cheese sticks. We were like, we made
Y'all were
breadsticks.
innovative.
We were just doing, we would do
And I was just
anything.
starving until my mama got home.
Oh no, baby, we was gonna eat. We would eat we would find a way.
I feel like that's so funny because like I know my memory does not serve me when it comes to a lot of my childhood, but like I really did I don't think I really tried a lot of anything.
Really?
Or cereal.
When it comes,
And
I didn't
cereal.
eat cereal as a kid.
We
Which is so
lived
sad.
off of
I didn't want all that
cereal.
sugar?
We could eat a box a day. My brother would have
I
one box
hated
and I had the other
milk.
one.
I hated milk so much that I couldn't
That was
eat
every meal.
cereal. But then when I got to be, I think I was like living on Imperial at the time, so I had to be like 25. When I was like, let me try some cereal with some almond milk. Changed my life. I love cereal now.
It's so quick.
It's so good.
It's such a quick and easy solution.
I don't buy
It's a life's
cereal because I
problems.
can like eat it so fast.
I do it in waves. Like I can get tired of cereal. Like if I'm like eating it a week straight, I'm probably not gonna touch no cereal for like the next month.
Yeah, and I also eat like grown-up cereal.
Oh, I also had.
Which one is grown up?
Oh,
Like I eat, like I eat this red berries.
That's good, though. That
I eat
tastes
honey
good.
bunches of oats.
Oh,
Like I think the most probably
I don't
like
like anything oats.
the most like kiddie, I guess, cereal that I would eat now is like Fruit Loops or Trix.
What about cinnamon toast crunch? Delicious.
No, it is delicious. Oh, Cheerios. I eat Honey Nut Cheerios all the time.
Honey
That
Nut.
makes sense because you're eating the other one.
When I was pregnant,
I like frosted Cheerios.
quick fun fact.
Yeah.
When I was pregnant, I had the exact opposite reaction.
pregnant.
I was not that pregnant lady that wanted to eat all the time.
Yeah.
I had the opposite. I hated food. That was the only period of my life when no food was appetizing to me. It did not taste good. And the only 2 things that I genuinely wanted to eat like every day was a bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios with strawberries and bananas cut up in the bowl with it, or a sandwich. Like a Subway sandwich or making a turkey sandwich in the house.
Yeah,
Like that
yeah.
was, I didn't want nothing else my whole pregnancy. Like I was like, food sucks. Like I thought it was gross.
That's so scary.
Yeah, it was as
Pregnancy
much
is
as I like
scary.
food, it was a dark time.
Yes, we're going to Beyonce. Beyonce.
Can't wait.
Is that July? That's That's July, right?
That's July,
Oh, thank
baby.
Lord. I'm like, I
You thought
kept,
it was tomorrow?
no,
You
I
said,
thought-
oh, thank the
no,
Lord.
I was like, I kept saying June 23rd in my mind, and I'm like, that can't be right because I know that I can drink, and I'm gonna be mad. So July 23rd, that's great news. I'm not gonna get like, cause there are certain things about when I stopped drinking. There were certain things, like very specific things that I said that I wanted to try sober. Like I want to experience certain things sober.
Okay.
Like being in Vegas. I've never been in Vegas sober. You know, I'm gonna get the opportunity.
Being in Vegas.
I think I'll be okay. Honestly, this past year I've gone to enough like functions and things.
Yeah.
Well, when we went to Fremont for Tati's birthday, transitioning from downstairs to upstairs, I was like, I don't like how aware I am. Like all of my senses, I'm like, wow, it's hot, it's muggy, the floor is sticky.
No, it was definitely
like,
hot.
That's why I feel like that with Vegas, because you gotta walk.
Yeah,
so
but I
much.
feel like I've done it a little bit more.
I've been to Vegas
now.
so many times.
Yeah, we
okay.
She's with us.
You a
now.
Beyonce fan?
I enjoy her.
A lot.
I enjoy her enough.
I
More
love
than
being
it.
in rooms with people who enjoy Beyonce.
Yes.
And then her
Look.
diehard fans like y'all.
Yes.
Because I went to Coachella when she was there.
Oh,
So
that's so great.
That's what I always get right
That's
there.
so
like, yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was the best show I've seen.
You saw
No, like
that
just
live.
just from
I was
like
by
a
myself
production
at
level.
Coachella.
By yourself?
Solo, by myself.
Wow.
Hella people. It was a great time.
What an experience
Yep.
to have been a part of.
Faded. Great.
I was gonna say,
That's-
did you do any
that's actually
any
amazing.
fun drugs?
I could cry.
I did some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I
did
wanted
some
to know.
stuff.
We don't have to delve into it.
I had fun.
Yeah, I talk about it.
That's
was fun.
amazing.
I told myself that I would want to do something a little extra if I go to Beyonce a second time. Like if I find myself a ticket, I want to kind of like, you know, do something psychedelic perhaps.
Yeah.
Enjoy the lights, you know. So we'll see if that happens.
My
And
concerts
it was
these
a
days are
weekend
too much.
too, so that was another
work.
like, well, because you remind me with the lights. Like,
Yes,
basically a light show.
Yeah.
I don't like
Lights.
being high. That drives me insane.
At all?
Yeah.
The idea of like when y'all talking about like the lights and stuff, like the idea of just I don't like things happening to me that I can't control.
Yeah.
And that will freak
You gotta-
freak me out.
You
like,
have to be okay with submitting, and I
Yeah.
think that I enjoy submission. Like I enjoy just being like, I'm just gonna sink into this moment and see where it takes me. I think that especially nowadays, I think I'm that type of person in general, and I've been like really deep into meditation and stuff for a long time, and that helps.
Yeah.
But I think nowadays I kind of need that a little bit more. Like it's not. I've been like really stressed. Like life had started lifing on me in the past like year or two, and so now I kind of feel like I can use the aid of like reminding me like, girl, just let it go.
Yeah.
Just be here, whatever happens, wherever it flows, because I'm always okay. And I think that's, I don't know, it's something just kind of like cool about that, because have I been like way too high before? Yeah, but it's kind of nice to be like, but then when I was like, one time we were at, I just died. That particular day.
That was not a fun
That
high.
wasn't mine.
You like that?
I did not like it, but I was able
Baby?
to. I was okay because, like when it started to kick in, and I started to notice like, oh, this is one of those. Luckily, it wasn't my first time having that experience, and I literally just got on, not even the big couch, the little couch, and I was just curled up, and like for a long time, I was just listening to myself breathe, and I'm just like, okay, well, we're just on a ride, girl. We'll just be here.
I was fine.
And then the next day was great. That high, to me, the way that we were high the next day recording made it worth
But
it.
I was
It
not.
made it so worth
But
it.
the high that I had the next day
Was so
was
fun.
exhaustion.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I wasn't necessarily feeling something. It was like I was
Delusional.
exhausted. I couldn't keep my eyes open. Like I was just,
yeah.
it was like my body was just like flatlining.
Shutting
like
down.
you just need to go
and
sleep.
I was just so
Go sit down
laughing.
somewhere.
Yeah, like it was just like you need to still be asleep.
And we were recording.
Yes. Like that was the
It was so
worst.
fun.
It was the worst. It was the worst. And like,
Yes,
but
you
I
did.
wasn't.
Yes, you
My mindset is so. Even when something outer body is happening to me, I'm still grounded. So it wasn't
Yeah.
like because I was that high, anything crazy
No.
happened. Like, cause when it happened, first of all, it hit random. I was home. I wasn't even at the party anymore.
Yes.
I had me and Drea P had went the whole party perfectly
Fine.
fine.
Yeah.
Normal.
That shit hit
I
me
got
good.
home And I just remember like taking my clothes, I put my pajamas on, and then I remembered it being like the movies, like when it be like a ding or something, and me just stopping and sitting on my bed like, oh shit. And like I text Drew, be like, are you good? Cause I'm high as hell.
You hit that
and
moment.
she's like, me too.
You hit that moment.
And but I just sat on my bed. I just sat on my bed and was like, you're fine. I was like, you're fine.
Yeah.
But
I was like,
and that's good.
yeah, but I had
that's
to
good.
tell. There was no way to get through it other than telling myself that you're fine.
That's good that you have those instincts, because the first time that happened to me was when I was, I had to be like 20 maybe, and I think I told y'all this story a million times. We took the bus to Chicago's Home of Chicken Waffles. And we were in, you know how like it used to be so packed in there and they had that slant? We were like in line, like waiting, bless you.
Thank you.
And when we sat down, it's like as soon as we crossed the threshold of like, oh, now we're in the restaurant, it's like it just rushed over me. And I sat down and I was just like, okay, like taking deep breaths, because I'm also prone to panic attacks and stuff. So my very first time having that happen, I was really like, okay, girl, But then I was with these white girls, and as you may or may not know, Chicago's Home of Chicken and Waffles, all of their specials have like,
names.
ethnic names.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And hearing that white girl order, I lost it. I started laughing so hard, but then that's when I knew like, oh, I'm not good, because I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It was like what's the Jordan Peele movie, the first one?
Get Out.
Get Out.
Yeah.
When his face was just tears streaming down his.
coming out.
That's how I was at the table, and I was just like, oh, you are not okay,
Not
bro.
good.
But I was fine. I had to go to the studio the next day. I was good though.
I don't like
but
it.
I was good though.
I need to be able to snap my fingers and stop.
But that's why I'm happy
if I
that we
need
have
to, I
dispensaries
need to be
now.
able to stop. And
That's why I'm glad that
I
we have
couldn't stop
dispensaries
it.
now where we can see like
Just lost.
how much is in it, like what you can ask a person, you can look it up online, like, oh, what effects does this have? Like, that kind of makes me a little bit more
That scared
comfortable,
me off.
because I used to just be
that one
give me something,
experience,
I'd be
that's the
like,
only
okay.
experience I've ever had.
Like
and
that?
that scared me off. Yeah.
That's the only time you was talking to yourself drunk?
No,
I was high. I had
One
an
time she got so
edible.
drunk that she lost her vision.
I blacked out. I blacked out to see
Yeah.
Ashanti.
We-
Ashanti, I was there to see you.
Yeah, we were.
We
there to
were
see
waiting,
Ashanti.
and we had got there early so we could be at the front.
That's
and
not
by
even
the
blacking
stage.
out though. Like you lost your vision.
Yeah, like I
you
could
were
not
still
see.
completely conscious.
And I was perfectly, and once again, like I
So
was
weird.
so calm. Like I had just leaned in to breathe, and I was like, I can't see.
I can't see.
I was like, just
So
walk
was
me.
it blurred?
No, I couldn't. No, I was black. Like I mean, my
Like, you knew
vision.
your eyes was open.
I think it was from like I was in heels. We had been standing for a long time. I was dehydrated.
So wait,
we had been. It was like all
what
of
was the
those.
heels
Things.
part?
It was almost because
Cut
you
off
know
the
when you're
blood?
stand. Yeah, like you never. Well, I guess
I don't
I was
know.
like
no,
when you're.
no.
Yeah, I
No.
was like, but when you're standing at like an elevated level, and like if you get like dehydrated, like drinking, like you can like pass out. So it was almost like I passed out, but I didn't pass out.
Right.
Elevated level, them extra little 3 inches.
You, that's
I'm
right.
proud-
I was like, you
yes,
gotta
it's
be
a
very careful if
thing.
you ever go to like Colorado or something, because like
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
at a
it's a
high
thing.
altitude and getting higher.
But I think it was the dehydration and all of
it
that,
hit
like
you
in the
different.
drinking.
Different.
No, that was actually
Yeah.
really good advice.
It
We just
hits
went to
really
Colorado,
different.
going
Yeah.
up the stairs. I'm over here.
high altitude,
Yeah,
and I was taking edibles and drinking and
All
shit.
that.
I had
All
to
that.
just go to sleep at one point. I'm like, oh, I fucked up. I did this wrong. That was so fun. Times are so different now. I feel so like this is my first time feeling like, wow, like really grown.
Really?
Like things feel different now.
Yeah.
In a way that they didn't like last year to me for some reason.
What's like one of the things you can point out that's like the biggest difference?
I think just like access to one another. Like everything used to feel so immediate. Like, oh, I'm about to be with this person. I'm about to go like be with Michael, be with Tati, like be with a group of people at once. It didn't feel like now, like you were saying earlier, it's like we're planning everything so much more now. And I do like it that way. I love that. But sometimes it hits me where I'm like, wow, I'm not like constantly around people like I used to.
That's the thing. I don't mind the planning, but it's the fact that outside of that plan, the fact that you will not see that person, or you might not see that person until that plan comes.
Right.
You know, and that is what's weird, because definitely, especially with me and you, there was, you know, we went through a big chunk of our lives where we were together every single day. Every single day, all day. Me, you, and Dana.
Yep.
Like, it was constant. So it's like to go from
that to
being with a person every
to
single
being
day.
like, okay, girl, so when are you
Yeah.
next free?
Yeah, like that.
It's
It's definitely
really
a life
lame
change.
to
But I also picked up on how like people our age now, or people that start to do that, they pick it up faster and they get more comfortable in that dynamic. Where it's like, I might not have seen you for a year,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna talk to you like I seen you last week.
Yeah.
Type
Which
scenario.
is nice.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to like have friends that we can do that with, but it's also like, damn, it's very, I wasn't expecting this space of age to feel so isolating. I don't know, it just feels kind of weird.
I agree. It's definitely isolated because you on the clock to get your shit together. At this point, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people feel
And you
that
be
pressure.
tired now.
And I'm like,
Be
tired.
tired.
my
And
whole
so tired.
I hate this song, but my whole life has changed, and I hate that this is.
Why do you like?
Why the
What do
song
you
just started going off in my
I
head?
hate
Like,
that song.
Why?
That's why I had to premise it because I knew it was gonna
yeah,
trigger it.
definitely.
Shout out to Genuine, I hate that song.
Mhm.
But literally, I have never dealt with like being tired. I've never, not even being tired, being so affected by the fact that I'm tired. Because I feel like I used to just be like, whatever, we outside. Or
Yeah.
like, we going out. I didn't take a nap today, but we going out. Or like, you know, it's just like on the fly, whatever. But now it's like, I've canceled on Michael twice in the past month. Just because I'm like, I thought I could. Like, I literally, like, went through this day,
Yeah.
woke up knowing that later we were doing anything.
Yep.
And now it's 4 p.m. and I know we don't have to do it until 8, but I know that I physically cannot do that.
Yep.
Like, I'm exhausted. And I hate that for me, personally. But I think I'm about to start, you know, just doing what the girls are, just taking vitamins and stuff. You know, like, more vitamins towards, like, energy. I know that at some point I'm going to be more intentional about the way that I eat. It's not going to happen today. It may not happen this year. So just to be real with myself, I'm like, yeah, I might need to fill in the gaps somewhere with some supplements and stuff. Because I don't think it's normal how tired I be. Because I sleep. I don't have no trouble sleeping.
Really?
Like my partner, he has insomnia sometimes. So I'm like, I be waking up like, damn, baby, you still up? Like, this nigga be on his phone, like, watching YouTube videos and stuff sometimes while we in the bed.
Too.
And I be like, I can fall, I tell Michael this all the time. I can fall asleep at any given
At
second.
any point.
I can literally sit right there and close my eyes and be asleep. I've been in parties standing up straight.
Definitely in the party.
And close my eyes and be asleep.
Nope.
And I don't
That's
like,
different. That's
I
a
know,
whole
it's
different
weird.
level.
But I'd be like, wow, that's not probably good that you're that tired that you can literally always fall asleep. So now I'm like, okay, maybe I need to like get some more D vitamins in me. I've been taking a lot of D vitamins. I've been getting my supplement D. Yeah, this guy's picking up. I'll put it down.
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, I always just want women to understand that like we don't owe anybody anything for like kindness or like chivalry. Like we don't owe anybody anything for chivalry. Like that's what you should.
And I don't think I felt like I owed him.
You don't
anything.
owe nobody nothing for
It was just
absolutely not.
No.
Chivalry is
For chivalry?
it's just kindness. It's just kindness.
Chivalry is like opening doors. You
Opening
don't
the
owe
door.
anybody for shit.
But also like as I was just gonna
If
say,
I
as a
open the
bitch.
door for you, you owe me a thank you. Does that make sense? Like that's
But-
how I look at it. Like you owe me something.
I don't think so.
So you're saying like kindness deserves
I
kindness
think
back.
kindness should be reciprocated. Yeah.
Kindness,
Yes.
it does not, and it would have been kinder, and to me, it depends on what you would define as kind. It's kinder to me to be honest with the person when you know that you don't like them up
See,
front.
that's the thing. We weren't talking about being honest with the person.
But
we were
isn't
talking
that the
about whether or
kind
not we
thing
was
to
just gonna
do?
deal with this motherfucker or not.
And that's not
You feel me?
kind.
Like,
If you're like dealing with someone with that thought in mind, that's like worse. That's
Well, here's
the
the
kind
thing,
part
too.
would be the honesty. That
Here's
would be
the-
you
that's
telling
what
the
I'm
person.
saying.
what
But
that
here's
is
the
what we
thing,
talking
in
about.
that specific scenario, the only reason that I tried to maintain like the communication for the next couple of weeks is because this wasn't a person that I would have to spend more time with within that time frame.
Oh, because he like
we did. Yeah, like no, not him. But we did not live. You know, like we were like first. Like I have. First of all, I didn't have that much freedom.
Right.
So it's not like, cause I already had my child at this point. So it's not like I was just
I'm not
outside.
outside, right,
You know,
right.
I'm like, and I want to say that man must have lived maybe like 45 minutes, 50 minutes away from me. So it wasn't like it was a thing
You're
where
not
we
finna
would
go
just
out.
be,
He lived
yeah.
45, 50 minutes away and
Yeah.
stayed all that time with you, knowing that
Yeah.
he would have to drive 45, 50 minutes
So
away to go back.
And I told you, I
So
talked to
what?
him for 2 weeks
So
afterwards.
what? They don't give him
what?
no extra credit.
But
no-
I'm just
but like,
saying,
what type of guy would he have
but if
been
he
if he
was
left
somebody
her?
that was around the
You said what?
corner,
What type of guy would he have been? What type of person? Not even guy.
Like,
what type
let's
of
say,
person would you be to like
okay,
leave
I'm
a person?
gonna augment the situation a little bit.
Okay.
Let's say she told him, she was honest, she was straight up. She was like, yo, I'm not really feeling it, blah, blah, blah. Get to the car, it don't work. You feel me? And now he stay and wait 3 hours and then got to drive 45 minutes home to the crib. Does that change the scenario at all for y'all?
change what? Change like
That doesn't change
me
that she don't like him.
feeling-
The reciprocation.
I just don't
of
think
it.
I don't think that anything is good if it's like a pity thing. Like, oh,
Yeah.
he did this, so I have to.
And
Like,
I think
don't-
also
that's not good vibes.
that was a moment where he showed me that he was such a good
You're a
person.
good person
Yeah.
for sure.
That me also continuing to talking to
you
him.
like, well, let me see.
Yeah, it
Maybe I
wasn't
got it
about.
wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't
Okay.
about. It wasn't like I just despised everything about this human being,
true.
but I was just dealing with it anyways because he sat with me
Yeah.
in the cold. You know, it was
Yeah.
also like. You're a nice person, like and I didn't have any issues with you when we were talking before. So it was
Yeah.
like now that we're back to just talking and we're not actually in person,
Got it.
it's like now it's just like how it was before
How
we
long
met
did
up in
y'all
the first place.
communicate before the date?
Probably maybe a month.
Oh,
Maybe.
okay, yeah.
So he a month in.
Then
We
y'all
went
go
on
on
a
y'all
date.
first date.
All date. and
That makes
then
sense because
I didn't like it.
You ain't like it. But did he
Yeah.
know before or after the car part that you didn't like it? Is what I'm
He
saying.
never knew.
So he never knew you didn't like it.
No.
So
he
how
never
did it
knew.
end?
The date?
No, how did you like stop communicating with him?
Oh, you know, I just like drifted off.
Kind of like,
So don't.
you just kind of faded off into
That was the ghost thing. I
darkness.
thought, look, I'm about to.
But
rewind
here's
this
the
shit.
thing.
Look,
Y'all probably
I
ghosted
don't
each
ghost
other.
people. Right? I don't ghost people. Like I don't just disappear on you.
That's what
But
you
like
just
no. I said I drifted, meaning
That's true.
I just slowly started to not be as available. And then typically when you do that, other people start doing the same
Yeah.
thing.
Like
Unless,
catching on.
yeah, unless they're
they're-
very
yeah, I'm
adamant
saying,
about
unless
being
they
like,
are
yeah, because
little-
I have had niggas like, what's the problem? But if it's
Don't you
like,
see I'm trying to
if it's
build a
not
life
that
with you?
deep, right? But if it's not that deep,
Yeah.
he like you know like yeah like I started not answering every phone call, so he stopped calling all the time, you
Yeah.
know, and then it was like it turned out into a mutual
Yeah.
drift apart. But it's like I know on my side that I was the one that initiated it because I know that I made the
Right.
official change.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I never
yeah.
ended up having to have the actual
The official
conversation
correct,
of I wasn't feeling da 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 da.
Yeah.
Now if he had been adamant about it
Then you
and
would've.
had been like,
Yeah.
hey girl, we were cool 2 weeks ago. What's the problem now?
That could be
Then
a
I would have had
personality
to
thing,
say,
too, though, but-
yeah.
Okay,
Then I would have had to.
I get you on the drift, but I'm just gonna say that's a fine line.
It is.
Drifting and
And
ghosting.
ghosting for sure.
It is. It's
But
definitely
it,
a fine
but
line.
it depends on. I think it depends because if someone is like continuously and actively reaching out to you, and then
Yeah.
like if y'all both
Yeah.
kind of, that's when it's a drift. It would have been a ghost if you were like, I'm just gonna stop answering this phone call.
Right. Yeah. And I
But
wouldn't do
It
that.
was mutual, so that's always good. I did get
Yeah.
really good at like giving rejection, like telling people that I wasn't interested in them because I decided like I really wanted to date because I felt like I never really dated. What was this, like 2018, 19? I felt like I never really dated. Like I never like went on dates.
Yeah.
I always like had like, you know, hookups, casual, like stuff like that, but
Yeah.
never really went on a lot of dates. And I wanted to like do the full cycle of it. I wanted to like talk to people, tell them like, hey, I'm either into this or I'm not. And I got really, really good at it. I had a couple of dates that were like genuinely awful.
What makes them awful? Give me that. That's what I want to know. What makes these dates so bad? Like, even if you use the guy that you was describing or use the guy that
It
you
was really
describing
just
now.
for me, whatever made a date awful was chemistry and the lack thereof it. So I cannot say I've never been on a bad date where a person's actual actions, you know, like it was never like a thing where I was like, he's a jerk.
He
Like, or
sucks.
he's just, it was me getting there and then realizing there's no chemistry here.
I don't want to fuck you.
Yeah, I don't want you to touch me.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what would like show me like, oh yeah. But it's not like I've never been treated badly.
Can I ask this?
Or anything.
Either one of y'all ever had a guy that y'all, even if you never end up messing with him, but just met in the past or dealt with in the past from a friendship perspective, from a guy you're interested in at one point perspective, and then like, I thought I might be interested at first. I'm not really feeling it right now, and then got back to like, oh well, low key.
Yeah.
This about you that I just found out.
Yes.
Turn me on type.
Yeah.
No.
That's happened to me.
No.
That's happened to me, but usually it's been very like shallow. It's been like I liked it when you kind of liked me, and then when you stopped liking me, then I'm like, wait a minute, do I like you? Like that sort of thing. It's been like really shallow and like kind of childish type stuff.
Yeah.
But never like a real reason of like, oh, I didn't notice this about you and I'm into it. But
no,
yeah,
I've honestly never not liked the person, and then had a double back in my mind, like, wait, like, well, that was kind of hot. Like, no, I've never. Typically, like, if I don't like you, there don't be no. It don't be no. Cause no.
Things are. I think that things have always been kind of like. I've always just been really fluid with, especially like friendships. It's always been kind of like, this could be open. Like, I don't know. I've always kind of just like toyed with the idea
Kept that door open,
until it was like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And there are some people that, I used to always say like, I don't call niggas my brother. Like, cause I used to be like, at any given moment, I can change my mind about this nigga. And now I look crazy. Cause I'm like calling you the bros, but like now we fuck. Like I don't call niggas my brother, but now I have friends who I really look at like brothers, like but yeah, back in the day I was always like anybody's on the table.
I got this thing
until they're not
about the whole like brother. Oh, that's my brother type.
Yeah, because it's not.
Because it might not be tomorrow, not because it's not today.
Right.
And that'd be my thing.
And that's the thing. The fact that it's not your biological brother means that could shift. Like, I mean,
and I don't even mean no some like that's what you intend or
no,
that's what you
and
like
you might not
think
know that.
or whatever. But it's more so like if I'm with my girl and then she's like, oh, I got like, oh, this is my brother, blah blah blah. I'm never in my head gonna have that concession to be like, okay, as I seen some dudes do, oh, that's my brother too. Type vibe, or like I'm real cool with this type vibe. No, that's your brother for now.
Okay.
Cool.
But does that lead you to be like untrusting? Like, do you?
But it's not untrusting because I would trust her.
Right. Okay.
If that makes sense. I'm more so speaking towards how you gonna react when they switch up.
Okay.
And I don't have anything to do with that communication.
Correct.
So I just don't buy into one version of it. If that makes sense. Like, I'm not going to sit on this side of that's big bro, and then he decide to switch it up and put you in a situation where you got to, like, make adjustments and stuff.
Reject him.
Because now then I got to switch over to the complete opposite side of the spectrum. And I'm like, I'm not about to do that.
I have always had male best friends, like, my entire life. And the only time that I can ever remember having romantic feelings for a male best friend was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like, but also, it was like almost like a known thing too that I had feelings for. Like, it was
so
never,
cute.
like, it was like a from jump. Like, when I met the boy, I was like, I like him.
Yeah.
But then we just became like super
friends,
close because he lived right across the street from me and everything like that.
Too.
So it was just like, I always had like a little thing. But other than that, like, as an adult, and then as a kid is the only time I ever referred to my best male friends as brother. Yeah. Like, as an adult, like, my best male friend, I refer to him in the same way that I refer to all my other friends.
Right.
Like, this is my friend.
Right.
You know, this is my best friend, or this is my friend. And there's never. I'm also big on not, because I'm such a strong believer in trusting the male and female friendships, because I've had them so much my whole life. So it's always been like a topic, like in past relationships, that I would have all these like male friends and stuff. I'm also big on I'm not going to introduce anybody to you that's my friend that I don't genuinely consider a friend in the same way that Bree is, or in the same way that Michael is.
I feel you. But I just want to highlight, because I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to highlight that I think most guys like hesitation with that scenario is not your perspective of the friendship.
For sure.
It's very much like, because I'll be honest, like I've very much been in situations where like I've looked at a woman that is completely just my friend for years and like never even thought about this, that, and the other. But also knowing that if she gave me the green light, then I would probably do that. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing holding me back from that. It's kind of the point.
Right.
Not that I'm like outwardly trying to make that happen, but
we're related.
But that's why,
get out of here.
When you hear certain dudes be like, "Oh, I was just waiting till she got into it with dude," and blah blah blah. But
that's lame. Though.
That's like the proactive version of it. But it's a version of it that is like
a little more subtle.
You know, if it get thrown at me,
but also too, I'm like my best like guy friend. I'm like this scenario has been so much time. Like this has been somebody that's been my best friend for like, you know, over 10 years. So it's like we've gone through the ebbs and flows of like he's been single, I've been single. You know, like we lived together. You know, at a point in time, and there was there's never been anything. So it's kind of like if that was in the back of anybody's head, there's been so much ample time to.
I feel like that's where I am now. I feel like that's where I am now with all of my male friends, where it's like, if we were ever gonna do that, it would have been all of these other opportunities. But I think that in those spaces, I've never, like, I didn't care about referring to them as my friends because they were my friends, but I just didn't find myself being like, I was very specific about not saying brother because like you're not my brother, and if like we're using the sibling thing as like I would never because I didn't feel like that was true. Like I got friends that are like super smart, super attractive, and like if it ever did get to a point where it was like let's just see, I would be open to that. You know, I would be
I've never been open to that.
Yeah, now I'm at a point now where all of my friends where I'm like, not even hell no, it's just not even a thought anymore. Like
because it's not like in a bad way, like I'm saying something's wrong with you, like, but it's like we've genuinely just always been like friends. Like I just feel like that ship is sailed now, where it's like I always felt the brother thing was condescending, and because you would see girls where like when guys would get in a relationship and then the girls like they're so thirsty to be like that's my brother. Like she has a problem, well that's my brother. Like we talk out like that, like the brother thing just sounded so like what are you talking about? Because I'm like I don't have to go out of my way when I'm introducing Bree to my friends to be like no, this is my sister. Like she's not my friend, she's my sister. We talk all the time. Like you know, like I don't have to do that with her. Yeah, so I'm like so that's why I never was big on the brother thing because I'm like I don't have to refer to my other friends as siblings. I don't have to call out uncle, cousin, sister, like nephew. Like no, that's my auntie. Like honestly, we're so close. We're like aunts. Like I don't have to do that with them. So I'm like, so I don't do that with him. I'm like, he's my friend. Just like any other friend is. Yeah, like it's all the same.
Later in life, I was in a relationship with someone, and when I got around, like, you know, he had a female best friend that he was very, very close. I mean, like, grew up with. Like, he showed me pictures of them in like grade school, all that shit. And when I met her and was around them together, I was like, oh, like, not like, oh, would take a bullet for you, that's my brother. Like, she wants to suck your dick out of your jeans, bro. So, but I didn't take that information and say, like, you can't talk to this bitch. I didn't say that because I was just like, I'm with you. And I just understand the complexities of like relationships, and I think that multiple things can exist at the same time.
For sure.
Like she could very well like be literally in love with you, and you're just dense and you don't see it or whatever. She never made an actual physical pass at you, so you don't. Oh, lovely. Food. Hold it up to the what?
Hold it up to the.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. But because I saw it and like and I was looking at him when we were talking, and I tend to believe what people say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if it's a lie, it's gonna come out, and then I'll just deal with the fact that you lied.
Yeah.
But him looking at me in my face and being like, and also he wasn't trying to gaslight me. He wasn't like, that's bullshit, you're da-da-da. Like, he was just like, I never really saw it that way. I don't think of her that way. Like, the way that we communicated never gave me those vibes, da-da-da. And I believe that.
That could be true, yeah.
So
So
I'm
that could
like,
be, yeah.
so I'm like, okay, cool. But, I was just like, okay, you know, whatever. But I know that I had the
You
space.
still threw that butt in there, but go ahead.
Right. I know that I had the space to be like, I don't want you to talk to her. But I was not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not going to do that. That's your genuine friend. You love and cherish that friendship, and I'm going to let y'all rock. But I'm like, okay, I'm just like, all right, keeping that in mind. Like, you know. But, I don't know. I think that humans are more complex than some people allow them to be.
Yeah.
And I value freedom very much. And I feel like I want everybody to have their freedom to experience life the way that they want to experience it. And sometimes you want to experience it like a sitcom. And sometimes you Moesha, and now you're in love with Hakeem all of a sudden. You know, like you just never know. So.
Not Hakeem.
Yeah, that was so unnecessary.
No, it was unexpected. Yeah.
It was unnecessary. Not
Why
even
was
unexpected.
unnecessary?
You know what?
I didn't.
Hakeem
I
is
didn't,
a prime example. He might as well go in history as the main nigga
Who
that
was
played
waiting. Yeah, he
the
was
friendship
waiting.
role and waited until his time and shot.
I have a question.
He's a
I don't feel
cautionary
like that's what
tale
he
for
did,
all of the
though.
I
niggas
don't
that
think
talk
he
about they
did.
got a
I don't
best
think
friend.
that. I think
You telling me that
Not you telling me.
all that time he was up there with Mr. Frank. You feel me? All that shit.
Mr. Frank.
Anything with Mr. Frank.
You feel me?
No,
He was just so intrigued about selling
No, but I don't
satins.
think he was waiting for his shot. Because
Okay.
throughout the show, they definitely, the only reason I was like cool with them hooking up was because throughout the show from the beginning, they would always tease it.
Yeah.
They would always throw in like a random episode where they would kind of like
Okay, tell me this.
like each other, but then be like, oh no,
Tell me
Yeah.
this.
you know.
Tell me this. What was Moesha's boyfriend at the time?
Q.
How did Q feel about Hakeem?
They was friends.
No, they weren't.
Yes, they were.
No, they weren't.
They
On
used to
that show-
rap together. They used to
on
rap
that show-
together. They
on
were in a
that
group
show,
together.
When they started, he did not fuck with Hakeem.
Yes, he did.
No, he
They
did
were
not.
in
Go
the
back and
rap
watch
group.
it. I know.
This-
Go back and watch it.
She's
Baby,
like the
I am a Moesha
But
connoisseur.
bro, listen.
They were friends.
When they first got together,
They were
Hakeem didn't
friends.
like Q. Q didn't like Hakeem.
You're making this up.
Okay.
I have a question.
We got
I have
some
a
homework.
question.
And they just saying
Yeah.
both of them didn't like each other?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a question.
Okay.
Since we're talking about like men waiting,
Uh-huh.
there is this thing that I've seen on the internet about men like pretending, quote unquote, pretending to be gay as like the best friend of like this hot ass girl, like, you know, and I saw
That's a
something.
movie.
I don't wanna say the people, but I saw a video clip on Twitter, and I feel like I'm gonna get too specific. Y'all gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. But something was happening with the girl, and her like male like gay best friend kind of like walked up, and like he wasn't touching her in like a wild way, but he was just like, oh girl, like what's going on? And somebody retweeted it or quote tweeted it. It was like, this nigga is not gay at
Oh,
all.
I'm so sorry.
And he was like,
Didn't have no-
I think you're so much.
Michael touches us inappropriately all the time.
Michael always
So-
touches us in it.
I'm like, I don't really know what to say about
That's so
that.
what?
We've asked him to stop. No.
But no, like, what do y'all look? I'm the internet now. Thoughts? I hate thoughts.
I've
On that-
never known a man to like
Pretend
genuinely
to be
pretend
gay.
to be gay. Like genuinely. Like in his regular life.
It's
Now I don't put it past like entertainment like type niggas. Cause niggas will do anything for $1.
You think
And so not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
gay, but sometimes I wonder if this is not me knowing.
Okay.
But like
okay.
I wonder sometimes if somebody's persona they'll give off is genuinely them or because they know that it's gonna get fans and attention and that type of thing.
What
So
I-
I could
Yeah.
agree,
The
I could see
version
that.
of it I've seen
Oh, you see.
that's more, yeah, for sure, is more like palpable to me. Is more like you might not be known out here as gay, but you got the mannerism, so guys might just think you gay.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
you
the
might-
unconfirmed guy. Does that make
Okay,
sense?
okay.
That guy
okay.
is like, all,
But
if we
you
walk in
best
the
friends
room,
with all
And
the
then he
all the
turns out
guys
to
gonna
not
assume
really be gay.
You gay.
Got it.
But you don't say that. You don't necessarily confirm it in a lot of ways that, you know, gay guys would confirm
Do
it.
the
And
girls
then, I'm about to
think
say,
he's
but
gay?
his girlfriends, like the women that he befriends, as like, this is my best friend, my road dog. I'm with her every day.
From what I
Type
understand,
shit.
a lot of them times that the guy I'm talking about will probably be going both ways. So,
Which is
Okay.
so sometimes that be the case where they can
Okay.
speak on like, oh, yeah, I thought
But
he was cute, blah, all that. You know what I'm saying? But
sexuality is a spectrum.
you would still,
But
if
this was
if you
somebody
throw it,
that
I'ma
like
catch it
this is
type.
somebody
Right.
who's like confirmed, like I am gay, I be in gay relationships, like this type of person. And there are
Okay.
people being like, this nigga is playing, this nigga is pretending because
Who is this person?
I'm not gonna say just because I don't know, I don't want to make the spot too high.
It's like somebody who we friends with?
No.
He's like, I don't want to make the spot too high.
I just don't want to be. Yeah, I just think it's corny. Like I don't want to be that type of podcaster where I'm just like, you know, but.
Like, yeah, being messy.
Yeah, but
Just
I just thought that
be
was like
messy.
fascinating, especially because I've seen this person before, like not in person, but like when I see them, I'm like, that's the personality trait that I know him as. Like this is a gay person. He is her gay best friend. Da da da. And the way that he was touching her at the time, just like having a nigga retweet that and be like, this nigga not gay at all, it's crazy to me.
Yes.
Like you're doing that just to touch her, like just to be in the mix, or you know, like that's hilarious.
I would never believe somebody. Nobody could ever. At this point in my life, I could not believe that somebody was actively telling people like, no, I'm gay. I
I'm
fuck
gay.
niggas all the time.
I suck dick daily,
Yeah.
But they're not.
and I'm a dude.
Yeah, but they're
can-
not
but
gay.
They can be.
Yeah, like
And be
I've
bi,
never
and
experienced
then
that.
we'll
I've
still
never
mess with
I
you.
wouldn't
Yeah.
put it past. Like I wouldn't say like, oh, that can't be a thing, but like, it's just it's the wildest, especially because like seeing that tweet, I was like, it was the certainty in it. Like this nigga's not gay. At
Are they
all.
black? Especially a black man.
Yeah.
Because
like, why would you
black
do
men
that?
go through so much.
But you would do that for
and
some
it's a
pussy.
known thing that there's
would
like
do that for some
a
pussy.
hurdle, you know, for black gay men.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine
But you know, what's
someone
the
doing
person
it
that
like for fun, like
Yeah.
for thrills. Like I'ma just tell them
I feel
tell
like-
them I am and I'm not. Like
I'm
that's
curious. Well, that's a little too. We'll save that for another day. I have something. That
Yeah.
shit had me cracking up. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Lovely, gorgeous. Mm-hmm.
that'd be interesting.
This is
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I already had my
Yeah.
first bite and it was great.
Fire, thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, so linguine seafood pasta with mussels and shrimp.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, I think I had this in New York at
Ooh.
what's the name of that shit called? Lava. One of those like Italian restaurants that's open hella late. I think I had this at like 2 a.m. because they restaurants just stay open
Yeah,
late.
I love that.
Did you love the food in New York?
Mm-hmm.
I
I did not have the greatest experience there, like
did, it was
food wise.
I did. It was really good.
I
I
think
was
you
so
told me that. Tati.
disappointed. Yeah, I was so disappointed.
There's this restaurant called Chapter One.
Mhm.
It's been a long time, but I had a duck hash there
Mhm.
during brunch. It's like one of the best things I ever had. Like, you know when people are like, oh, what would you have for your last meal?
Yeah,
That would be a contender.
Yeah.
Like
Really?
that same thing, that duck hash from that restaurant in New York. I think it was in Greenwich Village. So good.
Yeah.
So good.
Did you go to a lot of restaurants while you were out there?
I
Or it's like a
did. I mean, I
specific one you
ate.
don't like?
I mean, I ate every day,
Right?
and I never left anything like feeling
just
like,
like,
oh,
oh,
like
yeah,
that was a
that
good
was-
meal.
yeah.
No. Mm-mm. And then you know, like I love hot dogs.
I
I'm
love
like a
hot
huge
dogs,
hot dog
too.
person.
Really? Like
But New-
Lizzie's?
But New York,
I hate that.
New York, yeah. No.
Lizzie.
But New York is big, you know, they like Nathan's.
Yeah,
And then like
yeah.
they use like is it Dijon
Dijon
mustard
mustard,
that they
yeah,
use?
probably.
I think, and like they'll do like sauerkraut. Like it's just like it wasn't fun.
They use Dijon mustard
wasn't
in
fun.
some of the Maxwell Street.
Just give me yellow mustard and a hot dog.
I don't like mustard.
Vienna.
Well,
I don't like mustard on like. I like mustard sometimes. I like mustard in a sandwich. I like mustard in a mix, like in a sauce mix.
Gotcha. But you don't like
But you don't like it on a hot dog.
You ain't
I don't
eating
like
it with
it on
your
a hot
like corned beef or nothing.
Do you eat it on your Chicago dog?
I do eat it on my corned beef.
See,
Actually.
there you go.
So it's particular. So maybe it's just hot dogs. When I get a Chicago, my Chicago hot dog order is literally a Chicago dog, no mustard, sub ketchup.
I figured. Yeah.
Literally. I love ketchup and relish.
Super
I love
How
that,
they go together.
that combination.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like ketchup and like pickles.
I've never eaten a mussel before, guys.
Y'all got a simple
No.
palate. I ain't mad at you talking about hot dogs, ketchup, and mustard is your go-to.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I have a very
No, she
simple
don't
palate.
like ketchup, right? You don't like ketchup on your hot
I
dog,
like
do you?
on my hot not on my hot dog.
I don't like
It just
hot
wasn't
dogs
meant to be.
either.
I like it a lot.
I did when I was younger, but I ain't really.
If I eat a hot dog at home, it's just ketchup and relish or barbecue sauce. Well, just straight
If
barbecue.
I eat a hot dog at home, it's nothing on it at all.
Yeah.
Really?
I'll eat it plain. But I'll wrap it up in foil the way they give it to you like at like
Just to let it
baseball
steam a
games
little
and
bit.
stuff. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
will put it in a hot dog bun, wrap it up in
Yeah.
foil, I'll sit it down for
You
like
just
2
want that
minutes and then I'll
experience.
come back. Yeah. It tastes so good.
But
Like,
it
I just
tastes
want it
so
to
good.
taste like I'm at White Sox
I was
Stadium.
gonna say, I
And you
feel-
go, and you pick
Yep.
the right stadium. That's
See?
what I like. And you
Exactly.
pick the right one.
How does that taste?
And I
It's
ate a
delicious.
so this
It's
was my
delicious.
first time eating a mussel.
Really? Why
Yes.
didn't you say that while I was
I just
making
said it.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you did say that, and I was like,
Damn.
Tati.
yeah, that was my first time
I don't
eating
even
one.
know how
It was-
that's
I'm gonna
possible.
eat it by itself though,
Oh,
because I ate it with
girl.
my pasta. So I'm
How
gonna eat
you
it by
like it?
itself. It tasted fine with my pasta.
With the pasta, yeah. It's a little strong. Little
Oh, I'm
fragrant.
scared.
It's fragrant.
just
for
let
I'm gonna
sure.
eat it by itself.
It's fine. It's delicious, but it's fine.
It's a little fragrant by itself. like, but it's good with
I
the
was- oh, no.
pastas in there. And then I would suggest y'all try it with that like the cilantro that's in there too.
All
Cause they
right.
got that like refreshing type of
I have that gene that cilantro tastes like soap, but I like it.
cilantro tastes like soap to you?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a genetic thing. I think. I feel like I read that. Like there are people who love cilantro and people who hate it, and the people who
And
hate
they
it
say,
have
yeah,
a gene
they
where
say
it tastes like soap to them. And I have that, but it doesn't put me off at all. I really like it.
Nice. Okay.
So-
great. Glad.
So I was watching.
I'm like, don't be acting like I put a
Masochist.
bar dub
No.
in your bowl.
I was watching
That was
one of your other episodes though, and you were saying that you like for your seafood to taste like
The sea.
seafood.
Like
Yeah,
seafood,
to taste
yeah.
like the sea. And
Right.
the mussels definitely they taste like sea.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's
But it
just-
tastes good though,
but
but it's
that's
not
natural to
bad. But I
mussels,
don't like
too.
I usually don't like fish
Mm.
when it tastes like I'd be like, oh, this fish fresh.
Mhm.
I'd be like,
Mhm. It just kills.
I'd be
this
like,
motherfucker
it
in
needs
the
to
bag.
fry a little bit
Yeah.
some more, some like some. I'm like, they need to do something to it. But the mussel was good like that though.
Yeah, that's the wine.
It would probably be weird if
Too.
it wasn't.
What was that?
Like,
Like
if
I
it,
put the white wine in there too. That'll take some of that
okay.
perfume
Yeah.
out of it, because it's definitely a fishy taste for sure. That's why I didn't put like hellas in there for y'all or whatever. Kept it with
Well,
I
for
like-
next time, no, I eat everything.
the shrimp. For sure.
Absolutely everything.
Good. I don't gotta pull no punches. That's what I like to do.
Never.
That.
No, yeah. She's the adventurous eater. I'm the one that be like, what's that called?
I'm picky.
What's
That's
that?
me. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. I'm
Picky?
picky. I'm bougie as hell when it comes to eating. I ain't even gonna act like I'm not.
Picky and bougie are different.
I'm picky and bougie.
Okay.
I'm not bougie. I'm picky.
I'm bougie. Like, don't give me no
I eat everything. Like,
hot dog or no.
especially like if I'm like at a fair or something.
If
or
I'm like going to your house to eat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
oh, you
Well,
said
that's
don't give you a
wild.
hot
Yeah.
dog.
Why would I?
I'm just
I invited my friends over for dinner.
Yeah.
And then y'all all get there, and I'm like-
hamburgers.
And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
hot and ready. Well, wait, was there grilling involved? Because now if it's a grilled hot dog
If
and
it's
hamburger,
a-
and I didn't made potato
If
salad
it's
and
a
spaghetti and
barbecue,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
yes.
okay.
But if I just be having people come over and then all I
And you-
do is get a ass
Boil some hot
hamburgers and boil some hot
I'm
dogs.
so excited.
Come on now.
If
I
you
would
call
love
us this summer, if you call us
Y'all
over
about to be
here
so
and we
easy
be
to
like,
please.
ooh, like okay, we coming over here, and then we
I'ma
sit
let y'all
down
know,
and you
too.
pull out a tray of barbecue.
I'm like, oh, Brie, I got your ketchup and relish.
No, I
ready.
said boiled. I would be okay with that. I would be like, you wild as hell. But do you have some relish? I would be like, this OC.
If you barbecued it, you will never
I'm
have a complaint.
I'm
I mean.
man,
No,
listen.
boy.
And then it's all about the
I'm
sides.
gonna put it in your aluminum foil.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Now you
I'm
see.
taking notes.
You,
How do you do that?
I'm sold.
Ketchup,
I'm talking
salad.
I'm sold.
As long as but you gotta make sides though with your barbecue. You know, men don't like to make sides when they
Men don't like
barbecue.
to make sides.
They be like, we
you-
barbecue
but you
and
probably
pull
do.
up. I be
That's
like,
true.
oh, what
That's
y'all
true.
cooking?
Y'all
They
be
be like
hella meat.
wings,
Right.
steaks, hamburgers,
Hella
dogs.
meat.
It be
Hella
they
meat.
be
It be
so much.
shit
I be
too.
like, okay, so what you eating with it? They be like, oh shit, I think one of the bros brought some chips.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Chips, yeah. If you want, you
I
can
be
bring.
like- I feel like so y'all ain't doing nothing.
They be like, shit, bro ass bringing a case of pop. Like, sorry.
I get it.
No, I pretty much eat everything, I think. I don't know the last time I like ate something and was like, I am not eating that.
I need to do that more. But
I
that
do
never
too. I be
happens.
trying to be nice, but my facial expressions give myself away all the time. So like when somebody
You be
asks me
having
to
women
taste
cook for you
shit,
and they be weak.
it be older women that'll cook me something and be like,
I feel like we've been talking about the wrong things this whole episode. Older women.
well, I mean like aunties.
Oh,
like
I thought you
grandmas
meant
and
like
shit.
you got a
No,
a-
like I got
like
some
dating,
cougars in the
a gaggle
back.
of sugar mamas.
Nah,
somewhere.
Like every time I meet a woman,
Come on,
she
baby,
just
let
wanna
me
cook
feed
for
She
me.
just
Like,
wanna
let me
cook
cook
all
for you,
this
baby.
extra
Let me
shit, and I
feed
ain't
you.
fucking with it. No, I mean like
Like an aunt. Okay.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I
like,
got an auntie that
taste
can't cook
these.
at all.
Yeah, like
I mean,
man.
it's weak as fuck.
But I can't be like,
That's sad.
I can't never be like, yeah, no, give me another scoop or nothing like
She
that.
got
Like how
one
people
thing.
do it and then turn around and be like, oh, this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I instantly like,
You doing that thing where you're like, like
no, like I'm gonna eat the first bite and like you can't get me to eat another bite. Like I'm not putting that back in my mouth. Not like to be aggressive to you.
Now you're making it awkward.
That's what I'm saying. Not to be aggressive to
But I'm
you.
not
Like I wouldn't
doing that.
say that.
Right.
But that's how I feel. Not to like. That's what shows on my face is like, oh, you're
I'm
not
not
fucking
eating no
with
more
it.
of this.
Yeah, like no, I think
I'm
I'm
kind of gonna be
pass.
fucked up. Like, why you even put this on my plate?
I didn't take it there, but sometimes.
Yeah.
You
Sometimes.
gotta be like, you gotta
No,
go
my
into
auntie-
stuff like, I'm low key full, but I'm gonna eat though.
I
So then
got-
if you don't like it, you could be like, I told you I was full.
That's why I stay away so they don't even get to taste this and all that. No, here you
I
go.
got an auntie who the only thing that I will eat of hers is chitlins.
And
She
that's
can't
it.
make
Nothing else, but she'll test some chitlins up.
I mean,
That's because they
fuck
nasty
up.
already. That's
No,
like
they're
they
not.
good.
You
I'm
get
gonna say
hot
no,
sauce,
they're not. I'm about to say hot sauce vinegar, baby.
tear that shit
Delicious,
up.
delicious.
Tear it up.
And she do it right every time. But any other, I mean, if y'all be like, oh, we finna go to Auntie Such and Such house, she cooking a
She cooked some mac and
Fill
cheese.
in the blank.
She brought some mac and cheese. Though.
that shit weak as fuck.
Damn.
I love her so much.
Now is it nasty or is it just
It's.
Is it dry? Yo.
I'm gonna tell y'all offline what she do to it because if I get too specific, I don't want my family, nobody to see
What,
this
with her
on
mac
me.
Yeah,
and
I feel
cheese?
you. I feel
With all of her food. It's the same thing.
Damn.
Spoiler
Oh, wow.
alert, it's the
Damn.
same thing. It's awful.
It's like,
But shout out to her. She's an amazing woman. I love her. But
Amazing
nobody's
with the
ever
chitlins.
had the courage to tell her like, just sit this one out. You know, you don't have to cook. You know.
That's real.
Thank you so much for having us. By the way.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. No
food is
problem.
amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Shout
glad
out
y'all
to
enjoyed
you.
it.
Shout out
Glad
to
y'all
Dawg
enjoyed
Bites.
it. That's what I like to see. Happy plates. Happy
Yeah,
plates.
like
Yes.
That's what's up.
I eat fast. I'm sorry. I'm not being even a little bit of a
I don't understand how you ate faster than me.
No, you good. You good. Yeah, you was
I
thinking
started
out muscles
before
and shit.
you.
No, you was figuring shit
That's
out.
crazy. I'm mad.
You good, you good. Well,
Gotta
thank
be
y'all for coming to another episode of Dawg Bites. Appreciate y'all for making an appearance and keeping the conversation going.
We loved
Thank you
it.
for the feedback
Yes.
on the food. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Until
That's it.
then, next time, thanks.